Hey, listen, no, but it has to be said. I mean, it's like I'm hoping to pronounce that word right because English, after all, is not my first language. But you know, I'm gonna try. Being hypochondriac, that's exactly what it is. By the time you sort out whatever illness you think you have, was magically a new one comes up, and then you gotta sort out that one. You go find out if you have that one, and then again, and
That's so interesting you're saying that, because earlier today I was with a client and I was pointing out this game, when you're at an arcade or somewhere, a game, you have to hit these things that keep popping up. I forget what it's called. You know what I'm talking
Guacamole.
about? Yes,
The guacamole head.
that's what the ego mind is. Do you want that for infinity? That's your question of the day, actually. Do you want to be doing this for infinity? Right? Each time you hit, by the way, light is taken through your arm and hand. Hands are portals from the sun, the source, and it's going into the siphoning system back to those cords we talked about in the beginning. That's the also deeper meaning of what when you're hitting. You're trying to hit an illusion, but it pops up somewhere else. That's why I told you earlier. I asked you both: can you show me the mind? Like, is there a location for it? Because there is no fixed location. And where is it showing up? You stop one here, it's going to go here. It'll be up here. Then it's going to be down there. And then maybe when you're awakening, you have issues with something is wrong with your knee. This could be a manifestation of blocked energy or trauma from a past life or anything energetically. It heals. But then at another point, something's happening to your shoulder or your back. That is symbolism of it's never going to stop continuing over and over and over again until we look at who is the one that is seeing the body. Because that body part was just one example. Mind, thoughts, world issues, trauma, a war, demonic projection, by the way. False identity with thoughts. It's all going to keep doing this until you back away and see your greater self. You have to see one thing I've seen, which I'll share with you both now. I'm so grateful to God that I didn't forget this. I mean, I don't think about it often, but it came through right now. So God is in a room in the house of God, and I can take any being there, but you just have to let go of your resistance and let go of that identity. That's all it takes. Then we can get your key back and use the body for your awakening. But God is in the house of God, and you can go there and meet him. But the only thing that matters is you have to drop your harsh sense of individuality, the identity, right? What we said earlier about the I am, the identity, they don't mix. I want to be clear. These are two different reference points. So God is in the house of God, and there's a room, a security room with all the screens, watching all the cameras. It's infinite. And he's watching them all right now. And it's zoomed in on us right now because we're having this perspective. I'm sure you both felt in that moment, as I said, that the consciousness got lighter. The essence expanded, right? Can you confirm?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. That is also that's not just telepathy. That's the oneness being attuned within ourselves again, within ourselves. And that one self is back as that viewer. Now you can see these things, and someone might call that some great out-of-body experience, and I was able to remote view where God is. I just say it's remembering the totality of the source, and I say you have to regather all the fragments at once, which is possible, and go back into your totality. Get out of separation, and when you do that, you will be so clear, and you will know God, and it will be emerging more than a knowing. You will be flowing as the essence of God. And it will move with you each day because you are the access point to God. You are the access point to God. God wanted to know himself. So he went and he dreamt. He's having a dream. Now, once you awaken, this becomes more of a new earth, beautiful reality of what? This being a common conversation, this being a common discussion, consciousness, truth, beings helping one another without such fixed physical identity or fixed means. Right? Eventually that will fade too. Currency will not be as we know it 3 to 8 years from now. Either way, whether you go lower or higher, it's not going to be like this much longer because many beings don't want to come to the earth because this is the only planet with money like this. It's the only planet where you forget things like this. It takes a lot of courage to come here, and you made it through, and this is your final step to be free, is to see who you are. That's all that matters. Who am I awakening as? Who am I hearing these NDE stories as? And even if I go and have an NDE right now, maybe something happens to me after we're talking all this about this subject. Maybe I have one tonight. But the same one that goes out of the body and has it is the same one I'm talking as now, and neither are this body. So let's get to the commonality of both sides, y'all, and use it to your advantage instead of letting it use you as a siphoning system of false entertainment. trying to tame you and make you numb. Instead, regain your senses, because your feelings are more powerful than your thoughts. So regain your senses and regather your totality, right? What you need to get to what's most original to you. That's really an important aspect.